speaking, the story of Horus is as follows. Horus was born on December 25th of the Virgin Isis Mary.
No.
His birth was accompanied by a star in the east, which in turn, 3 kings followed to locate and adorn the newborn savior.
Did y'all know that?
At the age of 12, he was a prodigal child teacher. At the age of 30, he was baptized by a figure known as Anunnaki, and thus began his ministry.
I got to lay down.
Horus had 12 disciples he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick and walking on water.
Whoa,
Horus was
did all
known by
that.
many gestural names such as the Truth, the Light, God's Anointed Son, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, and many others. After being betrayed by Typhon, Horus was crucified, buried for 3 days, and thus resurrected. These attributes of Horus, whether original or not, seem to permeate many cultures of the world, for many other gods are found to have the same general mythology.
Is that true, y'all? Who's my Egyptologists out there who know about them Egyptian histories? Is that true? Is all that true about Horus, guys? Tell me, please. If anybody knows in the comment section, tell me if that's all true about Horus's history.
Logical structure. Attis
I
of
know,
Phrygia,
believe I
born the
know.
Virgin Nana on December 25th, crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected. Krishna of India, born of the Virgin Devaki, with a star in the east signaling his coming. He performed miracles with his disciples, and upon his death was resurrected.
What? Hindus?
Dionysus
Oh,
of
you
Greece,
Hindus.
born of
People that believe in the Indians and all that, Indian beliefs and all. You telling me that you guys didn't notice that? That was the same exact story, everybody? How come nobody's out there and the things like, you stole our story? It is our story. How come no one is saying this?
a virgin on December 25th, was a traveling teacher who performed miracles such as turning water into wine. He was referred to as the King of Kings, God's only begotten Son, the Alpha and Omega.
So Jesus, you've been turning water into wine, doing old tricks that people have been doing already in different places. Come on now.
Many others. And upon his death, he was resurrected.
Yes.
Mithra of Persia, born of a virgin on December 25th.
Mithra.
He had 12 disciples and
Persia.
performed miracles. And upon
Everybody
his
got
death,
their
was
own
buried
Jesus.
for 3 days and thus resurrected. He was also referred to as the Truth, the Light, and many others. Interestingly, the sacred day of worship of Mithra was Sunday. The fact of the matter is, there are numerous saviors from different periods from all over the world which subscribe to these general characteristics. The question remains, why these attributes? Why the virgin birth on December 25th? Why dead for 3 days and the inevitable resurrection? Why 12 disciples or followers? To find out, let's examine the most recent of the solar
Yeah,
messiahs.
let's do that. Yeah, why don't we do that?
Jesus Christ
There
was
you
born
have
of the
a
Virgin
picture of
Mary on
him
December
looking like
25th in
me.
Bethlehem. His birth was announced by a star in the east, which 3 kings or magi followed to locate and adorn the new Savior.
Now that I know he's Enki, he does look like that, guys. He is that color, guys. Now that I know he's Enki, wait till we get to it.
As a child teacher at 12, at the age of 30, he was baptized by John the Baptist,
Sounds
and
familiar.
thus began his ministry. Jesus had 12 disciples, which he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick, walking on water, raising the dead. He was also known as the King of Kings, the Son of God, the Light of the World, the Alpha and Omega, the Lamb of God, and many, many others. After being betrayed by his disciple Judas and sold for 30 pieces of silver, he was crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected and ascended into heaven.
Yeah, that's your boy, y'all. There you go. Alrighty. Turn that off real quick. Now what I'm gonna do, zoom out. How you doing, Grandma? I love you, Grams. Miss you, Grammy. Even though you're still here. What we're about to do is break it down for you. It's early in the morning. Let me slide. Okay. People. All right. Now, if any of y'all knew that, that's okay. That's good. You know what I'm saying? What I want to get to about what we just seen, right? There's a couple of things I want to get to about that. Now, forgive my appearance. Like I said, I don't be caring about none of that. If that's true, if any of that's true, which I would find it hard to believe that it's not true after we just seen it. can go just look it up and that would be totally untrue, right? Destroy his whole channel, right? But if that's true, how is that true? How is Horus, who was way back in the Egyptian days with those same attributes as Jesus and all those other people that came before him walking the earth, how is this possible? Please tell me, somebody, please explain to me, how is that possible? They were just psychics. The devil was just smart, knew to make Jesuses before preparing the way for Jesus. Which one is it? Like, is it really a story that's being regenerated and regenerated? I don't know. That seems weird, doesn't it, though? I mean, if that's really true, it's just unbelievable. If that's really true, it's like I just said, it's unbelievable. We got a book that came through history that's supposed to be the way we're supposed to live life, that tells us supposed to be the truth about everything that happened and how it started. And we found out that half that book, at least, has been lies. And not that the situations were lies that they went through, but the claiming it was through God and that he was with them and that they started this and they're the originators and that this is this way and this is the way it was, lies. Hands down, lies and a bunch of evilness, murdering, baby killing and all. No, Jesus had no part in that, right? Jesus was not the one doing that. I mean, but according to the modern church and everybody, he was the one doing that. Because he is Yahweh. He is the Father. They are the same. So, what I'm trying to get at here, let me just prop this up here for y'all so I can, just do this like this. What I'm trying to get at here, basically, is throughout history, right? Let me bring something down to you. We got Yahweh, right, who we then broke down. Yahweh is from the Sumerian culture, right? Yahweh started there, not with the Bible. This is all in the histories. You can go check it out. Sumerian Yahweh, original. Has a beginning, born, right? Okay. And has an end because they die. Yes, they lived extended periods longer than us if you studied about the Anunnaki and the Sumerians, like you should have, right? You got to put this together. Okay, so now we see Yahweh lives long, he has that. But we see he has a brother named Enki, right? A brother, and these two conflict in their culture. In their book, we read their stuff, they conflict. One wants to be the rightful king, one is the rightful king. One is a smarter scientist who's sneaky and cunning, like the serpent. Then, one is just a bull, I want to ran and make the humans slaves. Bottom line, not good for humans. Now, in their culture, Enki, right? When you put it together, Enki becomes Jesus. This is obvious, right? And I'm not talking about like the video that I just put before this. I'm talking about in their culture, you read it, Enki is the one who loved us as the humans, though he was just a sex-crazed maniac that was having sex with women all over the place, even though he was a giant. You're a giant going inside these small women, creating other giants and beings. You thought that was just because he was sex-crazy? No, but if you look at the whole history and you look at the videos I just showed you, the ones before this, it makes a lot of sense. Enki found something. He found humans can live forever in their spirit and soul, and he wanted that. So therefore, he has to promote all these stories of gods and everything. He has to make he has to come here and study us. In the video, you see he studied us, right? Seen our ways, moments, see what we believe, see how we move. And then he said, okay, he created beings of God, because we see that obviously we were scared of them and worshiped them when they came. They ransacked and took everything. They stole all the information from Eden. So this is the brother, Enki. In your Bible, this is Jesus, right? Because what does he come down here and do? In the Bible, he corrupts mankind as a serpent, right? And even in that, in their culture, Enki is known as a serpent. Enki is tied in with his mother, Lilith, who was a serpent race that they mixed in together. Okay. Anyway, right? let's keep up with the pace here. Enki, right, comes and he tells Noah, which is not Noah, it's Surasudra or something like that, way back in the days, like Gilgamesh and all that. He tells him, Surasudra, whoever his name is, to keep DNA, keep like in a laboratory DNA of humans and different animals and plants, and beat the flood that his brother is about to bring to earth, because he went against his brother's word and gave us humans knowledge. And this is in their religion. This is in their books, their readings. But we see in the video, the last video that I made, what the truth really is. You know, it's not no Enki just falling in love with us and saving us through a boat, telling us no. No, it's more like you slick and you went behind your brother's back, just some crap over here, trying to manipulate and, you know, do what you did and gave us, you know, we already had knowledge. Your brother didn't know about the humans. You know, your brother didn't know about them. And you found that in our DNAs, there were things that can be like further on. So you basically manipulate your brothers to get up out of here with the rest of the family of the Anunnaki. I got this, guys, I got this. You're a scientist. You're a mad scientist now. You fell in love with the women. You fell in love with sex. You fell in love with us learning about our genes and our DNA, and noticing that we cannot be faltered, to turn to you to believe. So what you did, you froze the planet, right? Then we see that, right, in the history. We got a frozen planet from the Ice Age. We got the, what are them called? The Dreyuses that came, the comets that hit us, right? Remember the video said he froze us to keep us, like, to get us out of our regular state so he could manipulate our genes? Doesn't that make more sense? Because then soon after the freezing was gone, right, what happened? These beings were still here. Look at the history of the Dreyuses. Read Graham Hancock. Read Lawrence Gardner's books. They show you that the same 7 beings, the 10 to 14 beings, that with the pine cones and the wings, they were still here to teach the hunter-gatherers that were left around, which weren't hunter-gatherers at all, would teach the hunter-gatherers to rebuild. Yeah, they became like cavemen because of what you did to the world. You froze it over, the ice and all the crap you did, so you can restore us to gain control over us. Now, once all this is done, all you have to do is make a story. Once you manipulate our DNAs and splice us up and whatever, now we gotta reprogram symbiote. We lost in the brain. And you can see it don't take a human much to be lost in the brain. But these guys, what you do after that is now you got to program that you created us in our minds. You got to program that you are God in our minds. So you mastermind this thing. How do you do it? You use your brother's name because you hate your brother. You want to be king. So you want the humans to hate your brother because you plan on making this your place. You stayed out here with us for hundreds of thousands of years. This is why they find skulls that are that old. They find skulls, but the Bible will tell you 6,000, 7,000 years makes no goddamn sense. But we just found skulls with the same carbon dating that we use to prove the Bible's dating. So this, we're going to say this is not real. We finding monuments that outdate the Bible. So books and histories that outdate your Bible. So that's not real? Okay. You got to look at all that stuff, and you can't just put it together. You can't be like, oh, well, this says that, Gnosticism says this. No, put it all together. Ain't that supposed to be the way it can go? Put it together like I'm doing right now. Putting it together. I ain't the smartest man in the world. I ain't a genius on this, and I ain't saying I got it all. But I'm putting stuff together because ain't nothing else to do. Why not? You know? But anyway, so Enki, right? Let's get back to this Enki, how I'm breaking down why I feel Jesus is Enki. And why I feel Jesus has been setting us up all along. You came in the garden. Let's go to the Bible version, right? Because I had to pull people from the Bible. Mind you, I never was solid on Jesus. It was just that I believed what he was saying in the new light, that I was seeing it more because it made a lot more. I'm always going to go with what makes sense. But I will never hold you if you're guilty too. Jesus, if you got some strikes and some guiltiness into you, I'm going to hold you accountable too. I don't have nothing to hold me. I'm not a man who's into God so much that I gotta be so fearful. No, I follow you because I chose to. I didn't have a father. You ain't raised me. I didn't raise no father. I've been my own man. 19 years old, I was a own man all my life. So I chose to follow you, but you got to prove yourself true, like you said. And all I'm seeing so far is a bunch of lies and corruption. So that's why I'm here doing this, because I have no fear. I don't have no fear to say Jesus might be evil. Like others, oh my God, I can't believe him. Is he crazy? But don't you see this? Don't you see what's going on? So we got the evil devil, who I just exposed to y'all. I got to bring Bible people from their book first. You know, I got to bring you out the Bible first because you're so programmed into that book. I have to make you see that Jesus was against your own God in your own book. I pulled a little Jesus move, an Enki move. I got real slick with it. I acted like I was a part of this to make you see something, to make you agree. Because see, you've seen it now. You opened your eyes. But now, let's take it further. Let me show you the real depth. I've always had these suspicions about him in my mind, in my heart. Because you still sit back and watch babies die. You still talking about the appointed time. You know, everything is coming at the time. But you still admit to certain things that Yahweh does. We'll get to that in another video too I have. But what I'm saying is this. You come in the garden, right? You got the devil. He tells us God is holding us back from something, telling us about Yahweh. First of all, this devil's against Yahweh at the moment, okay? Then he's saying that God is holding back from you. He don't want you to be like him, and he doesn't want you, okay, wow. Is that a lie? Or is that true? Okay, we figured out in one of my videos before that that was true. He didn't lie to us. God said, here, man became like one of us. And we didn't die that day. So the devil's telling us truth and God is holding stuff back. This is what they make it seem like in this Bible. So throughout this whole Bible, this devil is supposed to be evil. He's supposed to be wrong and straight against God, whose son is Jesus, who them two have the same aura. They are the same, but the devil, for some reason, is just against them, and he is doing everything opposite. But when you read, right, you see that the devil is not doing any of the stuff that is said he's doing. He's really not doing any of it. Like, whoa, wait a minute. So he didn't lie to us. He's not even doing what he's accused of being done. Who is this devil? You find out his name in the Bible. Lucifer. Morning star. Lucifer, morning star. What that mean? Light bearer. How is he a light bearer? Why is he a light bearer? He's Lucifer. Oh, he was a light bearer in heaven. Okay, he was. All right, gotcha. But why is he the morning star? Isn't he? Okay. Where have I heard that before? I've heard that before. Who else was? It wasn't Lucifer though. Anyway, so he's these people, but he's switched out now. He's mad. He's coming down here and he's doing nothing. He's not even killing, stealing, or this. Anyway, he might be made up, y'all, because actually, the God that Jesus is supposed to be, the God that he is, he's doing all the killing, stealing, and destroying. If he's Yahweh, if they're the same, right? If they're Father and Son, one. So everyone's mad at Yahweh, right? But the churches, not the churches today, they praise Yahweh. But the Israelites that were really riding with Yahweh were scared to death and running from Yahweh. Isn't that ironic? Ironic. Maybe that's why they love Jesus so much. And say, forget that Old Testament, because they want to forget that stuff. But anyway, I mean, the new church people, of course, the old Israelites didn't like Jesus. They killed him. They didn't believe him. They were so stuck, scared of Yahweh that they killed Jesus because, like, right? Right? So-called, right? Okay, so now we just fast forward. Devil's not doing no evil, stealing, killing. Yahweh's claiming evil, doing all the stealing, killing. The so-called Yahweh, right? Because it's not even really Yahweh. We don't know if Yahweh is with these people, right? What if Yahweh, right, was sent away like Enki did? Like we say Enki sent them away, right? And Enki sat here and know these people needed a God to create. So he creates this mountain where you can never see him and tells humans, come, my name, I never told you guys, but it's my brother. It's Yahweh. Yahweh, yeah. Don't kill, don't steal, and don't destroy. Now, what I need you to do is go kill, steal, and destroy. But you just told us, silence! I will kill you right now. Everybody will die. You put that fire in the right way. Kill them. But they disagreed. Who disagreed? Oh, 185,000 disagree with? Slay them, kill them. Huh? You go kill all of them. Kill your aunts and your cousins and everybody. Y'all, go ahead. This is Yahweh. Yahweh's so ruthless, right? So weird, right? So holy is thou, but he's so ruthless, painting a bad picture of this Yahweh, right? Because the new humans that after the ice cap and all that, they don't know about the old Yahweh back in 300,000 years ago, Yahweh who was just telling you to slave y'all, but wasn't as ruthless as this. Enki is making them ruthless and killing all the kids, even though they came through slaying, stealing, and everything anyway. Right? So now we got Yahweh painted as a bad God. Everybody wants to run from their God, right? And then all of a sudden, here comes Jesus. Here comes Jesus. Because Yahweh, Jehovah God said back in the days, before everything started, I'm going to create a seed. And the seed is going to separate everything, you from you. And it's going to be, he's going to kill you, or you're going to bruise him. You sure love punishing your son. You sure love making your son go through something, right? So this seed we've been promised through Abraham, David, and all these people was prepared, right? Now all along, Horus is already Jesus. Is he not? Is Horus born during Egyptian times? Isis and Osiris, are they not around now? Okay, did we not go through the promised lands and then the Greek and all of them, weren't Dionysus and them around now? So why is no one talking about these miracle workers who are born from virgins here? But anyway, let's get down to Jesus then. Let's just fast forward it. Okay, Jesus. Here we are. Born of a virgin, the same story we've heard that we just seen, right? Here he comes, so different now. This is the promised Messiah, because he's from David, the Jewish people's line. Okay, he wasn't from the Africans. He wasn't when he was with the Greeks. He wasn't when he was with the Persians. He wasn't when now he's just the supreme savior because he's with the Jews. That's another video. But anyway, now, what else is Jesus? I am the, what? The light bearer. Oh, wait a minute. This is where I heard this before. You the light bearer, aren't you? The morning star. Jesus, you the morning star and the light bearer? Now, I know the theory about Jesus being the devil. I'm just shooting it out there to y'all in another way. But it's true, isn't it? Let's see, you both going against Yahweh, but the churches thought they were the same. The churches thought they weren't opposite until the videos that I produced. You know, now we got Billy Carson, who's my guy, one of my favorites, but he's out there stealing my information, putting it out there like he just thought of it. But it's okay. Billy, I mess with you heavy, Billy. I watch all your videos, bro. But this right here, my domain. But I appreciate you because you gave me a lot about the Anunnaki, the Sumerians, and all that. You and the other guy, Paul, Silas, whatever. But truth be told, I do my own research on a lot, and I put it together myself. So when I see these things like, Jesus, you're the light bearer, and you are the sun, morning star, that's Satan. You got the same job. Satan came here and broke up Yahweh's work. You, until the church didn't know that they still preach, you don't. But you came to break up Yahweh's work. You said you came to break the work of the devil up. And all you did while you were here was break up Yahweh's works. Isn't that ironic? What devilish works did Jesus break up? Remember, I came to break up the works of the devil and to show you that the devil's only job is to kill, steal, and destroy. But all you did was interrupt Yahweh's work. Now, at this point, religions and stuff like that don't know about the source, like the video showed you that I showed before this. They don't know about the source coming down, giving the Anunnaki no way of being here again as their natural form and telling them they got one way or the other. And he don't know about the slick move that Enki so-called did to jump into Jesus. Maybe Enki jumped into Horus, Dionysus, all of them all this time. Maybe. Because he went, remember what he did in the video? He spread throughout religions everywhere. All of them have him in a different form. Because it's about these two, one mad scientist and another Anunnaki trying to take over humans and stay here as being gods and live forever to outdo their brother, outdo his brother, and outdo the rest of them. One was just a slime ball who found out and wanted to keep his secrets to himself. And the other one was a scientist who just got caught up. He got caught up with this. The human splicing the DNA, wanting to live forever, finding out that he can harvest souls and be God here instead of his brother's planet where his brother's God. And he knew his brother would die out eventually. In that being that he's able to harvest souls from the humans that his brother don't know he can do, he'll live forever until the source interrupted, the source that he didn't even know about. See, the Gnostics put that as Sophia. They put that as, oh, she was sleeping in a deep dream and going restlessly and had made the Yaldabaoth and all that, man. Damn, all that. It's all this right here. It's Enki and these dudes right here, man. That's what it is. That's all stories that are made to deter it, to keep you dysfunctional, to say, damn, this makes sense, but that makes sense too. Oh, yeah, but they can't just tie it together for some reason. You can't put them all in one function for some reason, like them videos did. That's why I put those videos out there. I don't just put anything out there and just make people think, oh, this is the same as it. No, I put them out there for a reason. They are breaking it down and putting it into one to show you the fullness of it. That's a whole fullness of a story there, of all the religious things and stuff like that put together. We don't want the bits and pieces no more. We don't want just your story and how it adds everyone else in. We don't want just the Anunnaki story and how it adds everyone else in. How the Krishna story. No, we need to see where it all evolves and how it all fits together, period. And could it all be just one source, mimicking around as we see, mimicking throughout time, throughout cultures. Who was here when Andreas hit? After them comets hit? It's all you hear about. From Turkey and Göbekli Tepe, you know, that's all you hear is that the same beings came and gave us back culture. Because they wanted to be the gods. They stole the information from Eden. We didn't have that information before, that they stole Eden. You know what Eden is? To me, I'm going to tell you, this is my own thought here. You know what Eden is to me? I think Eden is outside the Arctic Circle belt. The frozen ice that's blocking us from the rest of the earth. Yeah, I hope you know about that, guys. I hope y'all are on to that. Yeah, I think that's Eden. I think that's where all the good stuff is, the perfect garden was. And they blocked us out of that. And they keep us in a circle in our continents. Remember, he brought us to Africa, located us there, kept us all in the same vicinity, but in different spots, so he can now learn to make a regenerating soul machine, basically, while him and his Illuminati and Freemason people that are in the cult, that do the blood, that do all the things to keep him satisfied and keep the lie going, they get the privilege to go out there on them outer rings and live with all the exotics. The good animals, the good fruits, not the poison stuff to keep you dying, to be regenerating with the hope of Jesus coming to save you from a fake heaven that he created. Yeah, right. Let me chill. Might be too much for some of you to believe or understand this. Good cop, bad cop. You come in, you whoop us, beat us with Yahweh. Slave the world, beat him up, give him a bad name, killing two birds with one stone, giving your brother a bad name at the same time. Then you come save us. I got this. I got you. My partner could be a little crazy. Look, that's not right what he was doing. I agree. None of that. Good cop, bad cop. Now we're forever reverent to him. Forever waiting. We're waiting for 2,000 years. But this is the God who's so merciful, so loving, so kind. What do you get when you see a merciful, loving, kind person? When you see him, think of the closest merciful, loving, kindness person that you know. Think about your grandmother. Some of y'all might laugh, my grandmother ain't loving, kind. But think about your grandmother. We're going to go there. Loving, kind, warm, would help you right now. Wouldn't even let you do this if this was in her power. But Jesus can sit up at the right hand of whoever that is and just watch the babies die. You are one who experienced what it's like for death. You are one who experienced the walking. You know, you go down and come up. I'm back. I told you. Touch my hand. Feel it. It's me. Because I can shape shift. I didn't even die. But yes, now just keep believing. Go and tell them all. Tell everyone. And I'll be there at your doors waiting. It's near. The kingdom is near. Now, I know what these days are to y'all, but I'm 2,000 change now. 2,000 years we working on right now. But I know what time is to y'all. But I'm right, I'm there when you see earthquakes, when you see famines, when you see, which is things I'm not even gonna hold you, group. I'm not even gonna hold you, family, right? We seen this stuff all our goddamn life. Killing, stealing, famine, murder. We seen it. The Bible tells you about famines and killing. It's nothing new. But when you see it so much, we got an earthquake every week. We do. I mean, you look on the Richter scale, you don't know. We don't see this on the news. Floods, earthquakes. It's all here. Everything Jesus said. They're building statues of the wild beast in front of the UN. Everyone is running around saying, it's the last days. See, this is exactly what the Bible was saying. Like, because they wrote the goddamn Bible. They wrote it. These people are very advanced, and they're being helped by aliens. So they got the technology. They know what to do to you. They know how to get you. You're about to see things in the sky. Well, we already do. We already see more sightings than ever because of this. They're outside the belt, just the ice wall, just fucking with you. They're fucking with us. Poisoning us. They got to keep these souls in turmoil. They got to keep you away from love. That's why they're promoting bad music and murderous videos and movies. That's why this is being allowed to separate you from the love of your own conscience. Not about Jesus. It's to keep you hoping in Jesus and believing in a God, to keep you following that stairway to heaven, to be recycled back down that stairway to earth. No more for me. No more. There will be no more. If this is wrong, what I'm doing is going to be. It is what it is. I'm a truth seeker. I'm a truth seeker. It doesn't hurt me nothing. If it ain't the truth, it ain't me. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care who you think that person is. I don't care what you think he's done. If it ain't true, it ain't real. And that's why I'm here. I'm going to find that to the end. I'm going to die finding the truth out if I ain't found it yet. So, Jesus and all this type of love that you guys have for your heart doesn't have a hold on me. See, there was one when I was younger. But once you abuse that, it's gone with me. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to stick around. I'm going to keep. But what I will do, though, is keep examining. I gave you 15 years. That's a long time. I'm 44. I gave you a long time of my life. And in that long period of time, I found all this stuff out. Look at that by just searching. You ain't living up to these words that you claim. All this living out in love and care, but babies are dying. People are dying every day. And we're supposed to be waiting and watching in the sky when this Project Bluebeam starts sending it on. You're going to see, I see in Africa images of Jesus, like, and people are like, ah! It's the same picture from him in the days when he was like this dude or something, whatever. You know, from the old thing. You think Jesus just came out the sky as an image like that? And he's just floating? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. That man got some Jordans on or something. No, I'm just playing. But anyway. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to keep 100, man. I don't have no holds on this. If you fake, you fake. You know, Jesus even promoted slavery. You know, I wanted to say all this in those videos, but like I said, I have to draw out the crowd. You have to get them. You can't just say, yo, Jesus is wrong and this is wrong. They're like, nah, who is this guy? He's talking nonsense. No, but I did want to show you. I had to really get your mindsets into seeing, oh, wow, there is a conflict between Yahweh and Jesus, which leads to lies being told to you. Once one lie is told, once one little lie is told, you got to go and make sure you ain't being lied to in the full. So yeah, I'll defend Jesus because he's right at the moment. Boom. But let's see if you're really right. You thought I was gonna get at you for all these kids dying and everything. So now that's where you at. What you need to see. What else you need to see, fam? Why'd you wait for your great moment to come in? What are you doing, bro? I don't give a damn. Get down here and get this over with. But they ain't real. They ain't out here. That's why it's not happening. That's why the good-hearted people keep dying. That's why the promotion of all the illest things on earth that you could possibly think of is being done. That's why. It's not because of the last days. Love.